Alex. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your rough draft for Essay 2. Overall, I think that there's some good stuff going on in this paper. You have some wonderful description here in your first paragraph. Um, and actually in your second paragraph as well. I also like that I like a lot of the fact-based writing, particularly when it comes down here when you're talking about how absinthe was consumed and what some of the benefits, for lack of a better word, are from the drink. And in addition, I like some of the background information up here on the author. So let's talk about so there's some good stuff in here, but let's talk about how we can make this into an effective visual analysis. So primarily, the reason why it does not yet read as a visual analysis is there's no clear thesis statement established. So you need to do that since this will be a thesis-driven paper, and that will provide, I think, an anchor for where you want to take this essay, or in other words, what the point of the essay is. So you have like this really good description and some more description here, and you're kind of giving some background information on the drink and how the effects of it are reinforced. But there's no clear purpose to any of this, right? It kind of, at this point, it kind of feels like it's just interesting fact-based writing and description floating in space. And I think that's because there's not a clear thesis. So what you want to do in order to turn this into an analysis is identify, well, what are the visual elements that are making this image effective? What are the visual elements that help the reader understand what is going on? Or since you've identified what the purpose of the image is, which is, well, to sell this drink to the public, how is this artist using visual persuasion to get the audience to want to consume absinthe or to want to purchase it, right? Does that make sense? So you probably want to think about doing a combination of those of that fact-based writing, of those effects of the drink, along with how that is suggested in the image and what the impact might be on the viewer. Does that make sense? So those are the parts and pieces that you're missing. So like I said before, I liked your really fact-based writing here, but I'm wondering if this is the best place for it. Like, I wonder if it would be better suited to bring it up here following your first discussion of absinthe, and maybe talking about when it was popular, and then pivoting into the idea that the ad is trying to sell a brand of absinthe, and then presenting the idea of how it gets it done and is it persuasive and why, right? So what visual elements are being used. And then you can think about using a combination of your description along with how what you see in the image is attempting to sell you and what the intended effect is on the viewer. So like I said before, I think that there's good writing here, but at this point it doesn't feel anchored in a clear purpose. And I think the reason why that is because there isn't a thesis statement yet. But I think if you can get the thesis statement presented early in the paper and rethink your organization, so re-outline your progression of ideas, this could be a pretty good analysis. So I think focusing on the thesis statement and rearranging the ideas is what you want to do here. So let me know if you have any questions. Okay, thanks.